Biden landed in Israel today, and in his meeting with our government, he said that the USA has Israel back and will make sure we have all we need to protect ourselves. Biden highlighted the significance of the existence of Israel in the Middle East. He also met with the families of the hostages. I appreciate the support of the USA towards Israel, but the whole involvement feels a little bit smothering, and I hope Israel won't be restrained by Joe Biden. From his statement was clear that Biden making a difference between Hamas and the Palestinian people, which is complete nonsense. He still believes in a two-state solution, when it is clear as sun that Israel has no partner for another state. Biden don't understand the Palestinians and their thinking. Under Biden's pressure, looks like Israel going to agree to a humanitarian corridor from third party to provide food, water and medications to Gazans. I don't know how it is going to happen. We can't trust the Red Cross, the same organization that never checked on our hostages and failed on its only job. Anyway, Biden promises financial aid to Israel and to Palestinians. What happened with the hospital yesterday showed us yet again how Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad are dangerous not only to Israelis, the USA, and the rest of the world, but also to their own people, the Palestinian Arabs. Just a quick reminder of what happened. At 6:59 p.m., rockets were shot towards Israel, as it happened the whole day. About 7:30 p.m., reports of many killed and injured on the hospital started to come out, mainly on Hamas media. It took us a few hours to check what happened and if there's any chance that IDF fired on the hospital. During this time, Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad shared lies, which was warmly adopted by the Western media. CNN, Sky News, Al Jazeera and more channels posted that Israel struck the Palestinian civilians in a hospital. What was really astonishing is that Al Jazeera was broadcasting live and caught the entire event on the misfire and the explosion on video. Still, they accused Israel. After a few hours, Israel stated that according to intelligence information from a number of sources we have, Islamic Jihad terrorist organization is responsible for the failed rocket launch that hit the hospital. Israel provided videos showing the misfire and the explosion. Also the parking lot of the hospital, where you clearly can see no crater and no significant damage to the walls. When IDF strikes, there is a crater and the damage is way bigger. We also released a recording of a phone call between terrorists admitting the misfire that hit the hospital. Hamas claims 500 Palestinians were killed. I'm not sure about this number, and there is no way for us to check. We're also not sure why the explosion was so big. Maybe there were weapons near or underneath the hospital. We know Hamas hide their weapons on schools and hospitals. It's not something new. One thing sure, the incident led to a lot of fire in the Arab world. Jordan, Egypt, Abu Mazen, the Palestinians summit cancelled right after Hamas false accusations of bombing the hospital. Violent protests in favor of Hamas in Judea and Samaria, all over Israel and all around the world started. Hamas declared today as a day of rage, but except a few protests and riots, nothing significant happened. Let's talk about Hezbollah. Hezbollah is firing mortars on Israeli IDF bases, on our soldiers, and on visual equipment. Israel returned fire, destroying Hezbollah infrastructures and militants. Still not clear what is going to happen on the northern border, but the situation escalating every hour. Right now, as I'm making this video, we get fire from Hezbollah and we're retaliating back. 12 days after the horrible massacre, we still find bodies of Israelis in the houses. The trauma is unbearable, but with the suffering and the pain, a lot of good stories coming out. Heroism of people who ran out of the house under rocket fire with only flip-flops and pajamas, stand against 20-30 terrorists and saved many lives. This is what Joel and many of our soldiers is doing right now, protecting Israeli people by risking their own lives. By the way, Joel called this morning, said he is okay.
Right over that ridge back there is Gaza. We just came out of sight. You can see armored personnel carriers. We got tanks. and armored Jeeps and Hummers and everything else out here. We're gonna be okay. We're winning this fight, and we're gonna win this war. Praise the Lord.
My hero. Thank you for all your care and support. Thank you for your prayers. With your help and the help of God, we will stand against the evil. I'll keep you updated, guys. God bless.